Hey guys, I am here with the Motorola Triumph from Virgin Mobile and the ZTE Warp from Boost Mobile. And I'm not going to talk too much about the phone specs. I do want to give you a little bit of a comparison. I'm going to talk more about some of the differences and my thoughts on the phone, which one I prefer. So, first off, physical differences on the outside. The Motorola Triumph has a front-facing camera, which the Warp doesn't. It has a 4.1-inch screen, and the Warp has a 4.3-inch screen. The Triumph also has a HDMI port, which the Warp doesn't. They both do have 5-megapixel cameras with flash, but I do like the Triumph's flash better. The flash on the Warp kind of tends to ruin the pictures. It kind of washes them out, so I'm not big on the sorry, I don't know, I'm hitting stuff. So I'm not big on the flash that's on the Warp. Other than that, the cameras are pretty similar. They both come with 2 gig SD cards. The Triumph has a 1380 milliamp battery, and the Warp comes with a 1600 milliamp battery. So I really do like the Warp screen size. It's not like a huge difference. It's not, extremely bigger. It's just a little bit bigger, but it does make it easier to type on, and obviously the Warp's more rounded and not as squared as the Triumph. The Warp does have Android 2.3, whereas the Triumph has Android 2.2. That's not a huge deal for me. It's not a big change in software or anything. The clocks are different, which I'll show you the clocks that come with each phone. So this is what the Triumph's clock looks like. I never use these shortcuts at the bottom except for the alarm one, which is right there. That's what that looks like. And then this one is a little bit more simple. Has your analog clock with your alarms, and then if you hit menu, you can choose full screen clock, and you can plug that in at night and use it as your bedside clock. And you can use the Triumph as your bedside clock as well, but it just looks a little nicer. Dial pads are different. I will show you the Triumph first. That's the dial pad, and you have your tabs up top. Here, I gotta cover this up because it shows phone numbers. Okay, so there's a dial pad, and it has your. I'm gonna call somebody. Hold on. But it has your call log in the background, which is what I'm trying to cover here. And then it does have an extra tab at top, like these. It has the groups tab as well. So that's the differences. So yeah, I prefer the Warp over the Triumph. Simply because of the bigger screen. It's easier to type on. I can't really explain it. I just like the Warp more. If you are trying to decide which one to get, you can consider the fact that, one's on Virgin Mobile and one's on Boost Mobile. They are both Sprint service. The Warp seems to get a better signal than the Triumph. And plan-wise, if you want unlimited everything, the Motorola Triumph is $55 a month, and your data, you have unlimited data, but once you reach 2.5 gigs, they do throttle your speeds. So, you may want to consider that if you use a lot of data. I don't have Virgin Mobile, but my family does. And the speed throttling is pretty noticeable once it happens. They'll send you, I don't know if they're going to do this every month, but it did just start, so they sent us a text message last month when we reached 2.5 gigs, and it'll tell you that your speeds will slow down. For Boost Mobile, it's $55 a month for unlimited everything, and every 6 payments you make, it'll go down $5. You can do that 3 times. And so eventually you'll get your bill down to $40 a month for unlimited everything. And as of now, there's no throttling. So that's great. It's, you know, in my opinion, it's much better. Now, like I said, if you don't use a lot of data, then that might not matter. But I use a lot of data. So for me, it's great. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any questions about either phone, let me know. I'm not sure exactly if there's anything specific. I don't know if I mentioned, but they have the same processor, 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor, so the speeds are pretty much the same on the phones. I haven't had any speed issues on the Warp or the Triumph. Yeah, just leave your, any questions you guys have, just put it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Please like the video and subscribe. I do appreciate that. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later.